What's poppin', everybody? This is Ray Rawlins from the Ray Rawlins Network, where we talk cartoons and we damn near do it daily. I'm joined by Alex Pain. Today, we're reviewing an episode of The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror episode. I believe it's 11. Yeah, season 12, so it's episode 11. Um, Before we get into this, man, we got to give you guys an episode breakdown. So, of course, in true Treehouse of Horror fashion, this episode is broken down into three stories. First one is about Homer dying, going to heaven, trying to get into heaven, and the good Lord denied him, like, yo, I don't see a good deed next to your name. So you got 24 hours to do a good deed, right? So this portion of the episode is focusing on him trying to do a good deed to get into heaven. Part two is where Homer is, I guess, the Simpsons, the whole entire family is like in this whole medieval times era, right? And they're the Simpson kids are going throughout different like fairy tales throughout a book and whatnot, because Homer drops them off because he couldn't provide for them, and they basically have to get saved from this crazy witch lady. Wasn't a big fan of that one, but we're gonna talk about it when we get into the review. And the final portion of the episode is the Simpson family and the rest of Springfield trying to deal with dolphins taking over the world. So that's pretty much your episode breakdown. Let's get into first impressions. I'm gonna go first with this.
You go,
I honestly think this episode was okay compared to all the other episodes we were watching. Well, I don't know. I do think there's some better than this. Obviously, the ones that we reviewed, it was definitely better than the last episode we reviewed, for sure, of the Treehouse of Horror series. That one, whew, that was a bad one. But this one, I honestly think is better. I got a lot of laughs out of this, honestly. But what are your first impressions, Mr. Alex Pain?
My first impressions were, honestly, I enjoyed this one. I feel like this one, except for the last one. Well, I think I did laugh once, but I feel like this one made me laugh the most out of all of them. Now, I think the Shining, the one that had the Shining in it, was probably the best overall.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But this one was more funny to me, especially like the second half, and I guess I'm kind of fading into the moments. But the second story made me laugh the most. I wouldn't say I liked it the most, but it made me laugh the most. I think the funniest thing was when the witch turned Homer into the friggin' bird, and he was like walking around. Is that all you got, scratching the floor? And I thought that was hilarious. And a few other moments.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so too. I kind of want to agree with that one. Like, I can't tell you how much that the part where all the dolphins and shit, where they were taking over the world and shit, where I think was this is one moment that had me rolling. I definitely had to rewind back when and this is in the final part of the episode about the dolphins and shit. Kent Brockman, the news guy, right? He's talking about the dolphins and they can understand English somehow. Cartoon logic don't make sense, but you know what? They understand English, and he's got to whisper like, "Oh no, it's the dolphins, it's the dolphins," so they couldn't hear him. And dolphin just comes out of nowhere, smacks him with like it looked like a ball to me. And then he just kept bouncing off his head, and he just got mad as hell and just tossed it right into the camera. Like, yo, these things are vicious, yo. And then when they were in the I'm gonna say courtroom. Were they in the courtroom? They were in Mayor Quimby's building. So what happens is Willie was cleaning like the windows and whatnot. Dolphin comes through, starts attacking him, and the another dolphin just hops into the building. Police try to pull out their guns and shoot it. And man, the dolphins weren't having it, man. Those dolphins were some straight up beasts. I gotta say that. That part of the episode really had me rolling. The first part, the one where Homer tries to do a good deed and get into heaven, man, it's just like he kept missing all the easy ones, the real easy ones. He kept missing. Like I think he had to get Mr. Skinner's mother across the street. I want to say that's his mother. I haven't watched Simpsons in a minute, but he basically lifted her up in the air and against her will. And she's like, no, people are looking under my skirt or whatever. And then he ends up dropping her and killing her. He's like, oh, I'm sure she was Hitler. I'm like, oh, man, come on, Homer, man.
She was going to be the next Hitler.
And then finally, when God sent Homer to hell, the devil was giving him an ultimate ass noogie. Man, that shit was good. It had me rolling. There was plenty parts of the episode that had me rolling, man. What about you? What are some of your good parts?
Well, like I said, the chicken. When he turned her into the giant chicken. Actually no. When he laid the egg at the end of that episode was kind of hilarious too. Um, there was something in the man. There was something in here somewhere. I can't even remember which story it was in that really kind of low key killed me. But for now, I'll just stick with when he was scratching the floor. Is that all you got? And then when he laid the egg at the end of that story, that was my two funny parts.
Man, that was kind of lame, honestly. I thought you'd say some other funny shit. I really thought you would. I'm kind of disappointed. But I guess we can get on to the final review portion. Um, Me personally, like I said, I enjoyed this episode way more than I did the one we did previously about the cowboy and the whole Dr. Hibbert's Island and shit. I honestly wasn't a big fan of that one. So in comparison, I'm gonna say, man, that blows it out of the water. I want to give it a high rating just for that. But you know what? We got to be fair. Um, does it hold up to some of my favorites in the Treehouse of Horror series? It comes close. It definitely comes close. I'm a fan of The Simpsons, so of course I'm gonna have a slight bias. I want to give it a good review, but you know what? I'll give it a nice 7.5. Stories were complete, I'd say. Actually, you know what? Let me think about that. I want to say all the stories to me seemed to really complete. Like the dolphin one had a good start, ending, and middle. So did the fairy tale one in the second portion. The first part. What happened in the first part of this episode? I forgot.
You mean the ghost one?
The ghost one, was it the? Oh yeah. The ghost one that had a good beginning and ending too. My mind was drawing a blank there. So all three stories, I think, they seemed very complete compared to the other episodes we reviewed previously. So on that little fact alone, I'm gonna give it a good 7.5. What about you?
I think I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it was enjoyable. I don't think it was because, like I said, that last one kind of gave it a little bit of a elder carry for me. But
Really? I thought you would
I
like
think
that one, man. Why didn't you like that one? I thought you would love that one.
I don't know. It just seemed, as weird as it sounds, it seemed kind of cheesy to me.
What? Get the
But
fuck out of here.
like the concept of it. But
I mean, they
um,
are parodying movies here. I think they were trying to parody. I can't. I know there was a movie back in like the 70s, a good minute ago, obviously, where some form of animal was trying to take over the world. I can't remember it for the life of me. But then again, I'm not a big movie person either. So I thought you'd really like that one, man. They're dolphins, your favorite animal to eat. You know, gotta have that mahi mahi boy. That's exactly what I was thinking. You would love that. Just killing all those dolphins.
exactly. I don't want to.
Just,
I don't want him. I don't
just
want
get
him
that
walking
machine
around
gun.
on TV. I want him on my plate. I
Exactly,
want him on my
exactly.
plate, not walking around.
I need to try
But
some dolphins.
yeah, I'll stick with a 7. I'll
Seven.
stick with a 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Pretty close in rating. You 7. I say 7.5. But I like it when we're on the same page, man. But I also like when we differ too. But there's our review for season 12, episode 1, Treehouse of Horror number 11 from The Simpsons. This is the Ray Rawlins Network where we excuse me, y'all. This is the
You have to come out
this
your
is the
mouth.
Ray Rawlins. This is the Ray Rawlins Network where we talk cartoons and we practically do it daily. This is Ray Rawlins. He's Alex Pain, and we'll see you when we continue the 31 days of Halloween's cartoons marathon tomorrow. Peace.